Trans people don't owe you anything, whether that be medically transitioning or gender expression, just let them be.
I just suggest being very level-minded, trying to understand them.
They already have it hard enough. You don't have to make it any harder. It's their body, it's how they identify, and it's how they feel most comfortable. I was kind of always a tomboyish kind of kid.
Growing up, I was always into things that usually traditionally boys were into.
Once I found out what transgender was, I was like, that's it. That's what I am.
Transgender is you don't identify as your sex assigned at birth.
I don't think being transgender is strictly within the gender binary. If I identify as transgender male and I express myself outwardly more feminine, that's my gender expression.
Gender expression is how you choose to outwardly express yourself, whether it's clothing or however you may act.
I put on a dress and act more feminine, that's my gender expression.
While gender identity is how you feel on the inside.
Dysphoria is just this feeling of discomfort, whether it be from your body or from how you're socialized and perceived.
For me, it's just a lot more physical.
It's just this unsettling feeling that destroys you and destroys your mental health.
Transmasculine people bind to feel a little bit more comfortable. I bind for myself and also just so I can be able to pass in public. Passing is just kind of so you can pass as a male without being really recognized as trans.
I started socially transitioning during late middle school.
I kind of began introducing myself by pars and kind of confronting people who still used my dead name. And just kind of explain to them how I'm transitioning, and luckily a lot of them were very supportive.
When I went to high school, I decided, okay, this is my year. I'm going to enforce it. I'm going to be happy. And I started to socially live as a boy. I
wasn't able to start medically transitioning until I was 18. So hopefully I can start getting surgery later on. It really depends on the person, on why they get it. I know some people choose not to get it.
I plan to get that all removed in the future when I have the safe environment to do so.
For me, it just definitely makes me more comfortable in my own skin.
Some trans people don't want to medically transition at all. They want to have all their original body, and I feel as though that's totally valid. Trans people do not have to transition medically for anyone but themselves. Have you ever had the surgery yet? What's down there in your pants? Are you really a boy? Are you really a girl?
Questions you shouldn't ask trans people is, what's your dead name?
Or if I'm sure or not. Religious stuff is also really touchy.
Just anything regarding past experiences before transitioning.
Anything in regards to my physical body.
Anything you wouldn't ask anyone regularly, any just private questions, unless they're comfortable with answering.
There's just so many invasive questions that you shouldn't ask.
Being trans, a lot of them aren't very comfortable with their own bodies, and so asking them those questions kind of make them a little bit more uncomfortable with their body because they feel very called out.
Queer children, if they at least have one adult supporting them, it makes a huge difference. It doesn't even have to be your own parent. It could just be a teacher, a family friend, a friend's parent. Acceptance is more impactful than you think it is.